That's this one, baby. Chipotle, come back. Don't do it. Don't make the mistake.
If I don't sleep, I can't eat. I smack
2 hours of work today, $60 and some change. It's a good start.
I'm a plug addict. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Knock, nigga, I'm at your door, black.
2 hours, $60. So I do pretty much what everything he says in the rest of the video and avoid Chipotle. They take forever to get orders ready. They're wasting your time. I don't, for DoorDash, time is money, and not only that, the customers have hundreds of restaurants to order from, and they chose yours. When you take fucking all day to have an order ready, you're putting your customers, you're telling your customer, you're not important enough to us to have your order ready when your dasher gets here to take it to your house. All we do, pick up the food, take it to the house. That's it. So it's the restaurant's responsibility to have the order ready on time. When they don't, the customer is waiting. The DoorDasher's waiting, and DoorDashers will not go to restaurants that take forever to fix the food. We want to walk in, get it, walk out. And so there was one restaurant today that I gave a negative review to because I walked in and stood there for, 5 minutes. Nobody even said, hey, we'll be with you in a minute. Nobody said hi. Nobody said anything. I just stood there, got ignored, unassigned the order, took off. I'm done. We're done. So it's very unprofessional when somebody, in the food delivery business, for a restaurant to ignore customers or dashers or anybody in there. It's very professional to say, we'll be right with you. Hi, wait, we'll be right with you. Something. Acknowledge that you're there. And so the restaurants that don't do that, like Wingstop, is terrible. I won't go to Wingstop at all because there's never been one ever. I've gone 2 and 3 and 4 times. I'll give them another chance. Sometimes it's a bad day, whatever. I'll go back a second or third time. After the second or third time, I'm walking in there, and 10 minutes later, nobody's even spoken to me. I won't go back to that restaurant ever. Everybody has 100-something, hundreds of restaurants to choose from. They chose you. Have the fucking order ready when the people walk in to pick it up. Say hi to people. We'll be right with you. Something. Acknowledge. And because it's bad business. It's bad social form. And this guy made $60 in 2 hours. I've never done that because my Dasher app is hacked by Mr. Perry. And everybody knows that. He has his friends call in. They have a doorbell camera. I did not do a delivery today that I didn't have a doorbell camera and a reflective glass door. Not one. So we're going to use, Mr. Perry, your pictures and your hacking to prove that you're stalking me. Because I live in Oklahoma. I went to a lot of trouble to move away from you, to get away from your drama and the sadism problem that you have, and the weirdo voyeurism problem that you have, and the hacking and stalking, all felonies. This is not a date, this is felonies. So if I didn't have to deal with that, that's the kind of money I would make. I hustle, I walk in, get the food, walk out. I pick the orders that make money. I don't do orders that are upside down, we call it, where you 11 miles and we'll pay you $2. No thanks. You're not paying me enough to just, I'm going to spend more gas going to your fucking house, you cheap you cheap fuck. Pay people or don't order. Don't do it. We used to say the same thing at the strip club. If you can't afford to tip, don't go. Stay home. Because it's not fair. We don't work for free. No one works for free. No one should be expected to work for free. If you won't go to work and tell your boss, don't pay me today, I'll work for free, don't expect other people to do it either for you. So, Mr. Perry used to... Here's the thing. Okay, so these are the Charles Perry Stalker podcast. We have a forensic accountant, Mr. Perry, that has added up exactly how much you and David owe me from running customers off from the strip club and sending your 5 guys in with their canned food. And the same thing with DoorDash. They sit there and watch you guys. We have heard you talk about Chipotle I don't know how many times. Why won't she go to Chipotle? Why won't she go to Chipotle? Get out of my phone. Hacking is a felony. It's not a fucking date. So, whatever pictures you have your people take of me, we're going to use that and your hack to prove your hacking and stalking. You're supposed to be in Lubbock with your family, not bothering me and mine. I'm not in love with you. I don't like you. You're whack job. I don't date men who are voyeurs. I don't date men who are cruel. I don't date men who are cop killers. I don't date men who, would allow me to even miss a meal, much less have me kicked out on the street, trying to manipulate something or coerce something. I've asked you, Mr. Perry brags about it. Actually typed in my phone, I got you kicked out of your house. You can't pay your bills. He thinks it's a trophy. But you're alone, 13 years, you're a rejected fail. You don't have a girlfriend, you don't have a real love life. And now you don't even have a cover-up. So why do you think that's something to brag about? We don't know. We don't understand that. We're just like at a loss. Why the fuck does he do that? These guys are watching everything you do on my phone. Every fucking thing you do on my phone. So it's not like, the ones that gave me the Fabian puzzle, the McNamara email, the Mike was drugged, all that, told me what you guys said all day long, again. It's not like, who has those actual recordings? You've made a lot of phone calls and nobody's helping you with that, are they? You know why? Everybody hates you for what you're doing to me and Mike. And I've said that. I've said it a lot. So, there's plenty of things to compare what's going on with me and what goes on with other people who do the same thing for a living that I'm doing. Whether it's writing, blogging, affiliate marketing, dancing. There's a forensic accountant watching everything you do and everything I do, and adding up the numbers. So they can arrest you, seize all your assets and give them to the victims. I've said that. You keep offering me, I'm going to starve you into a lie. I'm going to starve you into again, like he thinks it's a trophy. And we're all like, why are you proud of that? First of all, it's illegal, and it's illegal because people don't like it when you do that. So you're alone. You don't have a real love life. So why are you bragging about this stuff? You didn't find a great way to, pick up hot chicks. You found a way to piss everybody off and get told on. You don't get the date, you get told on. Look at your outcomes. We're looking at them. We're laughing at you. So easy, it's not fair. So your pride in making me homeless and getting me kicked out of home after home after home, people are very upset with you for that. And no one understands why you think that's, something to brag about. It's not. Okay, so these are the Charles Perry Stalker podcast. This is Cynthia Ortiz. It's the 21st of August, 2022. Use allegedly. This is the disclaimer. Use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet. Apply the but-for legal standard. But for Mr. Perry stalking, hacking, peeping, bothering and pissing everybody off, we wouldn't document it in podcasts. Apply the reasonable, prudent individual standard. No reasonable, prudent individual does that. And certainly thinks that's how you get a date. Or even cooperation. And I assert all constitutional rights, especially, but not limited to, equal protection to all laws against stalking, hacking, peeping, witness tampering, Title 18 of United States Code 1512 and 1513. You always feel the need to punish me. It's called retaliation and witness tampering, sir. You're violating the law. It's like you don't have a date, you have a bunch of felonies. You don't have a cover-up. You have the most uncovered up cover-up in the history of cover-ups. It's so easy, it's not fair. So I get that part of the problem is there is some thugs in Oklahoma that have basically run things, and you feel threatened by me. And these guys helping me, right? Is there goes the power. Okay, so let's back up and look at this. I was telling my guys today, I had an easier time reasoning with my children when they were 5, but my kids are smart. So I didn't scream and yell at them. I didn't have to repeat myself over and over and over. If I did, they typically ended up getting a swat on the butt. I always, my dad beat the hell out of me. So I made a point not to do that to my children. I was going to pass that on. So the way I disciplined my kids when they were little is, you're going to get 3 warnings. I told you to cut that out. There's your first warning. Stop doing that. And if they kept doing it, then there's your second warning. I said cut that out. Stop doing that. And here's why I want you to not do that. Explain it to them. Typically that stopped it. Once in a while, it would go to that 3rd time. This is the final time I'm going to tell you to cut that the fuck out. I'm going to swat your butt if you do that again. And so, or as they got older, we quit doing that at about, 8 or 9. And started grounding them. No video games, no, all that. No TV, whatever it was. So what, after the 3rd warning, the 4th time I had to say it again, They got disciplined. And these are young children. And so I didn't have to do that very often. I didn't have to spank my kids very often. I didn't have to ground them very often. I didn't have to repeat myself very often. And they're just young children. I didn't have to scream and yell at them. I didn't have to, explain the same thing over and over and over and over. So why we're having to do that with y'all, you're grown-ass men. These are things that we all learned in daycare. When you do things that people don't like, they're not going to like you. When you cause somebody else loss, they're not going to want you around anymore. And that's all y'all have done. And so what can happen is when you become a bully, and you're bullying and you're threatening and you cause people to feel stress and fear and worry and anxiety, over time, it's going to get to a point where they've had enough of it. They fucking had enough of it. And they're just not taking it anymore. So, especially when somebody comes around and says, we're going to put a stop to it, do you not think they're going to be more than willing to help with that? That you're gone? You don't have to deal with that anymore? I mean, put two and two together here. It's not hard. Most people can do it without having to be told. You guys are at that point. I told David Robertson in a text, without even realizing at the time how bad this was. I haven't talked to David Robertson in 7 years. So that's how long ago it's been. Some people said some things to me, and I can't even remember exactly now what it was, but it was bizarre. And I texted David, and I was like, look, I keep hearing that Creek County Sheriff's Department's corrupt, and Sapulpa PD's corrupt, and this is corrupt, and that's corrupt. I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. I didn't move here for that. I'm not Wyatt Earp coming in to mop up. I came here to get away from the drama and be with my family and get away from a stalker who's ruined my life. I gotta rebuild it. I'm raising a child by myself. My son's dad lives in Dallas area, Dallas, Texas. Most of my son's life, it's just me and him. His dad's far away. So, I never kept him from seeing his dad. Anytime his dad called and said, I want to come see Dennis or pick him up for the weekend or pick him up for a couple of weeks, sure. We never fought over that, ever. But the thing is, he wasn't there on a day-to-day basis most of the time. So I'm doing that by myself alone. When I'm here, I had my family support. So, why would I want, I did my part getting Mr. Perry elected. That was supposed to be the end of my part. That's it. He has made this into something that is a nightmare for many, many people. That has involved the loss of jobs, the loss of homes, the loss of businesses, the loss of life, the loss of freedoms for not just me, but many, many people. And Mr. Perry, they're at a point. David Robertson, they're at a point. Calvin, they're at a point. They're done with you. Geppetto, they're done with you. We have zero problem getting information. They're fucking done with it. They've had enough of it. So, it is not on me. I know you're desperate to get me out of Oklahoma. It is not all me. People are sick of it. People are sick of you bullying them and causing ruin and destruction and loss in such a way that is so catastrophic and so profound, we'll never get over it. So, when I'm saying this, that is the caveat. That is what you need to keep in mind. You can bully people to the point where they're done with you. They're just fucking done. And if there's someone coming around that is going to stop it, they'll participate in that willingly, no problem. What can we do to make these people go away? Because we're sick of this shit. I'm sick of, Mr. Robertson calls somebody at TPD and gets somebody arrested or pulled over, and I know he did that because one of those girls walked in. Well, I'm sorry, there was a girl at Lady Godiva's that didn't come to work, and a gentleman in there that said she got arrested for what? Stolen property, a stolen vehicle. I'm waiting to hear back. I gotta go get her. He's waiting, and he goes, okay, now I'm gonna go get her. He went and got her, and he came back in, and I looked at her and go, what happened? She looked very disheveled. She looked traumatized. She looked upset. And I said, what happened? I got arrested for a stolen vehicle. It's my boyfriend's vehicle. It's my baby daddy's vehicle. I had permission to drive it. But here's the weird thing, is this guy came and picked me up. I hadn't called anybody yet. Nobody knew I was even in jail. I hadn't made my phone call. And I said, well, 3 guesses who did that, and the first two don't count. She goes, yeah, exactly. So we all knew you did that, Mr. Robertson. And you think people thought that was cute? Did you think people thought that was cute? They didn't. So right now you're also getting told on and caught and told on and caught and more than ever in your lives. All of you are. So the bullying has hit this point where people are sick of it. They've had enough of it, and they would like you to not do that. They're just, I'm saying it very nice, very diplomatically right now. Please stop doing that. Please rethink things. You fucking have a new normal. I did not come here to do that. I didn't come here for that reason. You picked a fight with me. Every time you cause me a loss, you are picking a fight with me. But you're picking a fight with those guys who got me that puzzle in jail. You're picking those guys that told me Mike Neely was drugged. He didn't do this. You're picking a fight with people who have a whole lot of power. A lot more than you'll ever have. And they're not from here. They don't give a fuck who you think you are. They truly don't care. You're hurting people, and that's what they care about. That's it. And I'm no different. I'm not from here. I don't give two shits who you are. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. You meet a lot of famous people all the fucking time. And they all think they're the hottest thing on the planet. And they're just one more elected official from Podunk somewhere. One more, you're a city councilman from some town I don't care about. So why would I be impressed with you? I mean, I spent my entire life in the home of the power of the town where I grew up. My family was the power in the town where I grew up. You have a different mindset when you grow up like that. You have a whole different mindset when you go to Vegas, and there's famous people everywhere. There's very wealthy people everywhere. You're running into them all the time on a daily basis. I worked with elected officials, federal, not little state Podunk. I might as well be a dog catcher in the smallest district in Podunk, Texas, something, hillbilly land. You don't fucking matter, Perry. I mean, we laugh at you, that you think you're important. I mean, we just like, wow, okay. So, what realistically, you put your pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. And I think that it needs to be clarified that the way this is that the people of Oklahoma own the state government of Oklahoma. The people of Tulsa own the city council. They own the mayor's office. They own the police department. And Mayor Bynum is the manager. Chief Franklin is the manager of the police department. The governor is the manager of the state. But who actually owns it is the people. It belongs to the people, not thugs. Not thugs. So I didn't come in here. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I didn't come in here to mop up. I didn't want to know about any corruption. I didn't want to get involved in any of that. I don't care. What I care about is, though, is that I'm passing on a message to you from our guys who have talked to people who are sick of what you're doing in the state. They're sick of the bullying. Okay? Now you can take that and do what you will with it. Like I said, I'm not Wyatt Earp, didn't come in here to mop up. But they're sick of it. You can push people too far, and they've had enough. And you're at that point. So we don't have problems getting information, and you do. No one tells you who has the actual recordings. No one's telling you that. No one will tell you who's helping me. You can call all you want, and you're going to hear the same thing. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Have no idea what you're fucking talking about. And you don't know who's telling you the truth and who's lying. And they have every right to lie, to need to know. You don't get to know. You're the offender. So, these phone calls up to somebody at TPD because you want somebody pulled over, you want somebody arrested so you can bully them, I'd be very careful about doing that again. I mean, you do what you want to do. I'm sure you can live with the consequences of it. I'm sure you can live with your choices. But you, please know that you're at a point where everybody's sick of it. They've had enough of it. And so when we want to get information, we don't have a problem. Now, you want to hack my apps, and you want to have your little buddies call in and have pictures taken of me with their doorbell camera, their home security systems, so that I can say, well, I'm going to work. I'm just doing normal things normal people do. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm minding my own business. I'm in compliance with the law. I'm trying to earn a living. I'm trying to eat. Did you want to interfere with that? You want to get pictures of me to prove that you're stalking me? Okay. So I can say, well, I told you so. I did say they're stalking me. I did say they hacked my app. Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub all have told our guys, unless he's a hacker, delivery people are chosen on algorithm, random. So he can't get his buddy to get her. There's no guarantee he can have his buddy call in an order, but he can't guarantee that they'll get her unless he's hacking her. And you can't limit to my income either unless you're hacking me. So what you just did is prove me out again. You proved me out again. So, what else are you trying to prove? We said you're hacking. We said you're having your friends call and get my picture in the forum state of Oklahoma where I live while I'm doing normal things normal people do, law-abiding citizen, go do my job, trying to eat. We said you're interfering with commerce, the buying and selling of goods and services. We said that you're doing that with intent to coerce me. It's a lie. I don't want to lie for you, Charles. Listen, I'd just as soon beat the hell out of you as look at you. I think everybody knows that. I think all of TPD knows that if you come anywhere near me, I will beat the fuck out of you. You're not to come near me. I don't go where you are, you're coming where I am. I moved twice to get away from you. You make every ounce of my skin crawl. You give me the heebie-jeebies. You are the nastiest, most disgusting piece of trash I've ever met in my life. You are a cop killer, and I know you are. And you can go around and lie. You can go around, she can't prove it. You can go around and say, well, she can't just say use allegedly. I'm going to tell you something. When I see you in court, you're going to be singing a different song. Do you understand? You're going to jail. All of you are. All you had to do is leave me the fuck alone. You picked a fight. You live with the consequences. I didn't pick the fight with you. I came here to get away from it. I moved not once, but twice. Changed my entire life to get away from you and your crime. I don't like it. No one does. That's why it's illegal to do it. And at your ages, you shouldn't have to be told that even one time. We've said it over and over, and I had an easier time reasoning with my 5-year-old children. But my kids were smart. My kids were smart. You could reason with them. They were logical, reasonable, and prudent. Even as young kids. You are grown-ass men. We have screamed and yelled and hollered, stop it. You're breaking the law. You're pissing everybody off. Stop it. Screamed it and yelled it. Leave me alone. And you won't be refused. So whatever shit hits the fan, you asked for it. You fucking asked for it. So, in going back to, you live with your choices, Mr. Perry's famous for, I can live with my choices until I can't. He doesn't think a fucking thing through. You ran me out of Lubbock by taking my money and getting me kicked out of my home, just like the witness says. As long as I've known Charles Perry, he's a sex sadist. That's a dysfunction, sir. It is not a trophy. There's nothing proud about it. Anybody else would be fucking so embarrassed by what you're doing. That's why everybody doesn't do what you do. It should embarrass you. It speaks to your mental, instability or retardation or whatever your problem is, Alzheimer's, that you're not embarrassed. You should be. We're all embarrassed for you. We're all embarrassed by you. But our minds are right, and yours is fucked up. It's not something to be proud of. It is very shameful what you're doing to me and to Officer Neely. Very, very shameful. But if you're a mental retard, you might not know that. Get a nurse. Get a special ed teacher. That's not my area of expertise. You know what's my area of expertise? Doing what I've done. Outstinging up and everybody you guys sent in. Not one person got me to slip up in 6 years in a strip club. Not one person got me to slip up accidentally about who's helping me. Not one. So I'm very good at what I do. I Sherlocked Mike's case. Everybody else ignored it. I went through and I read his whole docket. And I found every mistake you made. I found every fucking mistake. And don't you forget that, Mr. Perry, when you threaten me, you need to remember who it is you're talking to. Because I'm your new normal. I changed everything for you. You're not getting away with it this time, are you? You hid this all your life. All the sicko sex weirdo problems that you have that make you a criminal. You hid it all your life until you met me. And when you met me, everything changed. And you act like you don't know that yet. You act like you have no fucking idea. I'm quoting you guys every fucking day. Starting with the McNamara email. That's so... Perry, you told somebody I'm going to false arrest her and coerce her. Pretty much kidnap her back to Texas after I've run her off. So, there's one choice that you regretted. You were okay with it until you weren't. You know, every day since. At this point, we're going, we've quoted these people every fucking day for 7 years. It's a big case. It's going to take a bit. I think it took 12 to find bin Laden and get him. Didn't it take 12? There's other cases, if you watch Deep Undercover, there's cases they take years. Especially when it involves a lot of people and a lot of victims. And a lot of jurisdictions. And yours is international. That makes it worse. You're a fucking voyeur, you know. He said, ever since I've known the witness, ever since I've known Charles Perry, he trolls women. He finds women who are divorced with kids, puts cameras in their house when they're not home. They don't know it's there. Starts broadcasting them all over the internet, all over the dark web, all over the world, and charges watch time. And then he's a sex sadist, so he starts causing problems for them. They get fired, and then they can't find another job. Mr. Perry, I want you to shut up. No one's asking you what you think. Get the fuck out of my other phone. Get out of it. Shut up. He's like, yeah, I did. Yeah, I can get you fired. Mr. Perry, that's not a trophy, sir. That's why you're in a lot of trouble. Please act like you understand me. Act like you have no fucking idea what I'm saying. That's not something to be proud of. That's about to put you in prison. That's why you get told on all the time and you don't have a date. You don't have a real love life. So he gets these women fired. They can't find another job. He makes sure of that. Then they lose their house. Then he has the ex take the kids away. And I'm glad somebody's finally putting a stop to it because I'm sick and tired of sleeping with one eye opened. These things that you're doing, Mr. Perry, are not something to be proud of. These are not a trophy. They're about to land your ass in jail. They're illegal. They're a deviant. They're offensive. You're pissing people off with this. And you're about to go to jail. You're getting told on every day. I'm quoting you guys every day for 7 years. And you act like you have no fucking idea what's happening. Why do you think we're getting all this stuff? Who gave me the Fabian puzzle? Why do you think you're calling all around? How is it possible that you're calling all around trying to find out who's helping me and nobody will tell you shit and then you act like you've done something cool? Look at your outcomes. You don't have a real life love life and you don't have a date and you don't have a cover-up. This has never happened to y'all before. Where somebody finding out what you're doing in your little planning meetings. We heard you talking about hiring a hitman today. Can't hire a hitman right now. We'll have to wait till the dust settles. We heard Kunzweiler's name come up a bunch of times. I'm not going to get into what all that was about. I'm going to keep that confidential. But we heard the same all bullshit today that we hear every day. Why won't she go to Chipotle? Can we not get her back on that pole and on the schedule? I mean, all the stuff, y'all. See, that's the other thing. You ran all my customers off, and you made it dangerous for me. So I left. And everybody was confused as to why you wanted me back out there. All we heard for 6 years is got to get her out of the strip club. She is around, Perry said, she's around too many men. If I can get her away from all those men, then she'll like me. So everybody was trying to kind of get her to do something else. Now she's doing something else. Now he's running that. Trying to get her back out there. He was fine with his choice until he wasn't. Regret after regret. You know, then it was, you know, she figured out we killed Mike. I mean, Lucky, and framed Mike. So we'll try to find another hitman. The syringe guy. Let's fake a medical emergency and tell her that the guy had a virus. She'll help us. Tell her that the guy had a virus and that she has to have a shot or she'll get it too. And your hitman said, what do I do if she won't take the shot? And you said, you make sure she takes the shot. You make her think she'll die if she doesn't take it. I heard the whole thing. Who recorded that? Your hitman? Yeah. I mean, you don't know who recorded that. So, you were going to explain it away as an unfortunate allergic reaction. I mean, we heard all of that. And you knew we heard it. You hacked me, saw me telling Mr. Wishcamper and Mr. Miller. You knew we had that. That was in April of 2021. That was after we were getting in touch with the Florida State's attorney going, Mike didn't do this. Mike, you got the wrong guy. Mike didn't do this. He was poisoned. He was drugged. He didn't do it. Sure as shit he wasn't. He was. In May it comes out, right? David, do you know how to look at dates and times and cause and effect and same different? My 5-year-old kids could do it. My kids could do it when they were 5. And so, I mean, does it not occur to you that it's different when you do it to me? But it's the same every time you do it. Cause and effect. When you do it to me, you get caught. When you do it to me, we quote you in your fucking little planning a crime meeting, right? Don't we, Mr. Perry, Mr. Robertson? So, then it was the bribes. Here comes the bribes. Well, I'll give you whatever you want if you'll lie. And I was like, no, not. Stop offering me the bribes. We're all kind of tired of the fucking bribes. What you can do is pay me what you owe me and get the fuck out and get my club full of people again that have money. And quit running everybody off that has money. Quit doing that. They didn't do it. So then you got a reporter going, well, had they done what she said, there would be nothing else to catch. They're out of her life. There's nothing else to catch. They're no more, they're not doing anything else to her for her to say anything about. And Mike, they helped get Mike home. They back the blue. They get rid of all the suspicion on them. Why would they do that if they did the murder? And she's doing good. There's no evidence of coercion. And if they were going to frame somebody, frame one of the guys involved in that meth bust he had just done. But no, that's not what they did. What they did is they now you got 4 fraudulent court proceedings. You got where there's perjury involved or suborning of perjury. You got where there's major material facts concealed from the decision-making body. That's perjury. And then you got she's broke, so there's plenty of evidence of coercion. He's trying to starve her into a lie. And she says it every day, and of course he looks like he is. So what, now we know they killed Chief Miller. Had they just done what she said, we would, if she had continued to assert that they killed Chief Miller, we would have said, nope, she's probably wrong. There's no reason to think that. They helped Mike get home. She's doing good. Even if they really did, if she had continued to say it, we probably wouldn't have believed her, even if she was right. But they didn't. They did everything guilty people do. They're trying to bully her, witness tampering, bully her into saying or doing something she don't want to do. They're trying to, there's another thing, now 4 cases where she's kept out of the courtroom. Mr. Perry, I need you to not try to talk to me. Why do you think I care what you think? Like, no one understands why the hell you think that. No one understands why you think I would give 2 fucks what you think. Please stop trying to talk to me. I don't want to hear it. No, we're all sick of hearing it. So, so there's another situation in which, I'm like, just give me back what you owe me. You owe me money. You're running off my paying customers. You owe me money. It's called grand larceny with intent to coerce, interference with contracts, and commerce with intent to coerce. A lot of that's just tortious interference unless it's intended to coerce. We're going to make you so broke, you feel you have no choice but to take our bribe. Kind of like Pinto. We're going to make sure you make no money tonight, so when we send our guy in at the end of the night, offering you $5,000 for soliciting prostitution, $5,000 to sleep with the creepy guy, you'll take it. And I didn't. Yuck. Charles, what? Charles, he'll give you $5,000 if you'll sleep with him, if you'll spend a few hours with him. Charles Perry, and I'm like, oh, yuck, no, absolutely not. No. And he gave me $7 to have to sit there and listen to that. But that was an unwanted contact and coercion in the state of Oklahoma. Well, I'm at work. It's right here. Right here. Anybody can listen to it. Right there. Anybody can read it. The transcripts as they listen to it. It's all typed up right here. And that's what he's telling me, go. They made sure I made no money that night. I just went home fucking broke. I wasn't gonna be icked out, see? I would not. I'm your caretaker. What the fuck? And I'm like, ew, nasty. No thanks. Not even for $5,000. So that's kind of your habit, that you make people have financial distress, extreme, unbearable financial distress. Me losing my place to live, I don't have anything left. I have no clothes. I had to go buy a few clothes from a fucking thrift store. By the way, there's actually pretty nice clothes at a thrift store. I had no idea there are. Anyways, I had to go buy a new toothbrush, everything, because you told Sky Motel kick her out, and they did. And you took all my stuff, and we all know you did. So this is the bullying that everybody, when we get information, we don't have a hard time getting information. So I'm just trying to work, and here comes this guy with this. And that's your habit. We'll take somebody's everything they have, and then hopefully they'll be desperate enough to take our money and do what we say. And then we own them. That's your habit, right? And I'm the one that's been like, yeah, I don't think so. I'll sleep in my car, thanks. David has been told, everybody who will listen, we want to get our car from her, we want to get her kicked out of her house, and we want to get her, take everything she's got, and she can dig out of a dumpster until she lies for us. That is illegal, sir, and it's coercion. And you've made it, you guys brag about it, look what we can do and get away with, and you've said that to the wrong people. All of you have talked to our guys. You just didn't know that that's who you were talking to. More than once. I mean, this has gone on for 7 years, a little longer than that. So how many times did you talk to our guys and you didn't know that's who you were talking to? And as good as I am at it, sting hopping, that's what this was. As good as I am, how much better are the guys helping me? I mean, they're a lot better at it than I am. You had 6 years to get me to slip up accidentally and say who was helping me. We even told you how to do it. I was bored. I'm bored out of my mind. I'm yawning here. This is boring. David, I even told you, if you're going to do this, at least make it a challenge for me before my false arrest. Remember, I told you that? So, I could do it in my sleep. So we've been telling you, what you need to do is you get 1 or 2 or 3 guys to come in and regularly buy dances from me and not say anything weird, and don't ask any weird questions, and get to know me and let me get to trust them, and it'll probably come out on its own. And you didn't even do it. So, I'm telling you how to do a fucking sting op right. And, because I'm just fucking bored. I needed the challenge. And you still fucked it up. You send all these guys in once or twice to say the weirdest, most fucked up thing. Ask the strangest, how tall are you? What's your shoe size? Every one of them, 20 guys a night would ask me how tall I am and what's my shoe size. Well, that's a little clue. You sent them in. Because that's very unusual. So, 20 guys a night to ask me, which dancers are you closest to? Thinking, that's the leak. If she'll tell us who she's close... None of them. I didn't hang out with those girls. We had great time at work, but outside of work, I didn't hang out with them. So, you had 6 years to get something out of me, and you just failed. You just didn't. I'm very good at what I do. You've never been caught this much in your lives. Never. And you keep going at it. So it's not even it's not even beneficial for you. No one can figure out why you're still doing it. I quoted you all fucking day again. I do every day. I said the other night in the last podcast, bet on it. They're going to just run the same fucking thing. We're going to get more today. We're going to get more again. Because they're going to piss everybody off. The longer I'm broke, the longer Mike's in jail, the longer you're in my life, the more mad everybody gets them, the harder they go at you. They go ape shit on you. My guys are like, Consueler's name came up all day long. And they were talking about hiring a hitman again and decided they might ought to wait. Because we're all over them right now. Let's wait till the dust settles. How many times a day do y'all say that? Let's wait till the dust settles. Create a panacea and wait till the dust settles. Distract her. Same shit. It's like listening to a broken record. Hang on. On this vlog, we have this page right here. Goes over in great detail the fraud, the perjury, over and over and over, Justice Scalia, there's suspicions around his death. Why that might be linked to y'all. It was in West Texas, right when you were planning to, we're going to send her home and harass the hell out of her and make her broke and homeless and digging out of a dumpster so she'll lie. And then when she complains and talks about it, we'll say she's harassing us. We'll lie in court. And Justice Scalia is a First Amendment guy, and he was in West Texas while you were planning all that, and suddenly dies. Well, you guys like the whole poison and the whole drugging, and so we have our suspicions. So did Commander Homicide Murder Cop, Commander of D.C. Police. He said the same thing. Something's fishy, is the way that the protocol was not followed in his death investigation, or the processing of his death, as it would have been had Justice Scalia died in Commander Ritchie's jurisdiction. So there's a lot of that too associated with y'all. Protocols not followed. My police report was given right to the offender, who then obstructed justice and caused me to lose my evidence. If you had not poisoned me, you would have made sure I had that blood test and held your little drama queen press conference and gone, oh, see, she lied. We tested her and there's nothing in her blood. We're all hillbilly. So that didn't happen. You made sure I didn't have a test. Mike didn't get a test till it was too late. I went over that last night. When he's found unconscious and in respiratory distress and they don't find a bump on his head or any indication he'd been knocked out in a fight, what else could it be? Well, it's opioids. So we got to treat him with Narcan. But while he's in that condition, we needed the blood right then. Not after he's been given Narcan. It alters the chemistry of his blood, and he comes to. Now it's destroyed evidence. It's degraded evidence. So there's two of us who had degradation of our blood evidence. There's two of us who have had protocol was not followed. And that's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. Don't worry, nobody else suspects a thing, Mr. Perry. You proud of it? You want to hold a press conference, tell everybody how you got me kicked out of my house? You proud of it? Why don't you hold a press conference and tell the whole world what you just did to me? What you did to Mike? What you did to Lucky? If you're proud of it, make sure everybody knows. Or shut up. Okay? It's a turnoff for girls. You don't have a girl. So this whole page goes over all that. This whole, here, on this page here, anybody can see my deposition for Officer Neely. You can listen to it. So there's a plethora of information on your crime right here, sir. And that's never happened before. You have anybody else, any other victim put up a blog documenting all the evidence collected against you, sir? Texts, emails, all that. I've done it. I've done it like a motherfucker, haven't I? Batman cops. Alright, so this morning, right off the bat, because Mr. Perry when he pesters her and takes our money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've never seen before. So let's do it again. Wow, okay. My 5-year-old kids kept up better, So, where's the one? It's not the one I'm looking for. There's the McNamara email. You so disturbed somebody telling them what you wanted to do to me that they told, I'm not going to tell you who they told, but it got to us. So in October, I'm typing it up. He's threatened me with a false arrest, and he's going to coerce. It's like a kidnapping. It was basically a kidnapping. You're trying to do it again, only this time by starvation. I'll get her ex-husband and, we need to get her back to Texas so we can do more to her. That was recorded in March 2022. Then you did. You got me kicked out of my home, didn't you? Mike Neely was drugged. I said it in March 2020. May, a few months later, it was confirmed. We gave him Narcan. That's the first responder's deposition right there. There's no injuries on this guy. Nothing. So, he didn't have a bump on his head. There's nothing listed in the arrest report. It's right here. Anybody can read it. I read the whole docket. It says his right hand was red and swollen. Well, you got an IV needle in it. If he'd really beat someone to death so bad his head came off his body, what would happen is his hands would look like Chief Miller's face. They would likely be broken, bruised, bad, not a little red and swollen from an IV needle. Mr. Perry, why is it you think I care what you think? No one understands why you think that. You keep trying to talk to me like you think I care what you think, and I've really made it very clear I am sick of hearing it. We're all sick of hearing it. I would really appreciate it if you'd respect boundaries, sir. Get some dignity. Don't you want to be a dignitary? I can't stand it when you try to talk to me. I can't stand it. I'd like you to shut up. Will you please just shut up? So, how did you know he had to be begged to go, coaxed, like we're trying to make Cynthia go to Texas against her will? I don't want to go to Texas. So when you make all these decisions, let's run her out of Texas, take everything she's got, make her start over in Dallas, then fuck up a relationship there, and then she runs to Oklahoma. Now let's kidnap her and get her back. Right? Kidnap her by way of starvation. Charles, that is not a trophy. He's typing in my phone. Yeah. Sir, it's not something to be proud of. It is a very serious crime. Very serious crime. You have no fucking idea what I'm saying, do you? You act like you have no idea what's happening and no idea what I'm saying. And no idea how much trouble you're in. Yeah. Our shrink thinks you're mentally retarded. Severely. Either by birth or by Alzheimer's or some kind of Huntington's disease or whatever it is you have. Aging degenerative disease, she called it. So it looks like there was a concerted effort for that. It started in February of last year, 2021. February 15th, they did what you told them. Can't do it on because of the COVID moratorium. Let's try smoking. So she tried, didn't work. So you tried again when the COVID moratorium lifted. You got my ex-husband. Okay, so what we told you that you are to do, not asking you, we're telling you, here's what you're going to do. You're going to have him pay a week of hotel and food like he was going to begin with. And you butt in. Or we'll get more. So guess what? All day long, we got more. You know why we get more? Because you do more. You do more to get. And also, my guys were pissed. They said, first of all, we said, no more money problems. Do not create one more money problem for her. And no, she is not to have to ask for help again. Just like that. That's period. That's it. And there's legal consequences coming at you if you do it again. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. That'll never fucking happen again. And you did it again. So we got more. There's more to get. You're giving us more to get. It's not hard. 2-year-old can figure this out. Cause and effect. You stick your hand on a hot stove, you're going to get burned. You fuck with me, you get caught. Nothing else has happened. In 13 years, Mr. Perry has not one real date. No real love life. Nobody's in love with him. Nobody's trying to see him. He gets told on and caught and told on, and nothing else has happened but that. The most uncovered up cover-up in the history of cover-ups right here. So, he did what she said. First he said, I'll pay for the week. He tried to pay one hotel. They refused payment and kicked me out and threatened to call the cops. Stole my stuff. And then I said, okay, we'll pay another one. Oh, no, I'll pay for a day. And then you come back to Texas. And I got screamed and yelled at, or you're out on the street. Wow, I'm the mother of your kid. Who the hell called you in between? Who the fuck called you in between? What we said is you are to fix that. You don't have a choice. As many times as we quote you, why do you think you have a choice? You're fixing to get hit with a legal shitstorm you'll never get out of. How bad did you want that to look? You're breaking the law. You've been told to stop. So, we told you, I screamed and yelled when I was at work, at dancing. Stop running off the customers and get customers in here that can pay. Stop running the customers off and starving out this business. And you didn't do it. You didn't do it. I left. Now you're all trying to get me back out to the club. You can live with your choices until you can't. Time and time again. The choices that you make aren't even benefiting you. We're all sitting here going, what are they getting out of this? Every time they fuck with me, they get told on and caught more and more and more and more. Perry's never going to get a date with me. I don't go out with peeping toms. I don't go out with cruel monsters. I sure shit don't go out with a cop killer. I don't go out with a man I just heard trying to kill me. Talking about getting a hitman. Or have 2 or 3 times before that talking about getting a hitman or talking to a hitman. Well, you just tried to kill me. Yeah, let's go have tea. Right? So, what getting out of it? Unless you just enjoy pissing everybody off. I mean, what we're trying to figure out what's... There was stated... I mean, what is your stated goal? Our stated goal is stop your crime. Just so you know, that's it. That's the goal. Nobody's gotten closer to that than us. No one you know in your whole life has gotten closer to stopping your crime than we have. So you need to watch who you're talking to and who you're going at. Princess. I get you fired. I can take your home. I can get, like he thinks it's a trophy. I can get you kicked out of your home. I can get you fired. What are your results? No date, no cover-up. Sorry? Sure you can. Because we think you just have no fucking idea what I just said. Because that reaction is bizarre. Bizarrely abnormal. And you have no idea, do you? You don't even know, do you? Yep. Something's wrong with you. You need to be in a nursing home. And we have to repeat ourselves a lot, too. Our shrink is, sure, you have Alzheimer's. She says, I haven't examined him. He needs to be examined by an elder care specialist. But I'm pretty sure he's got Alzheimer's as much as Cynthia has to repeat herself. Something's wrong with somebody that has said the same thing repeated that much. That is not a mentally stable person. It's not an intelligent person. It's not a mentally stable person. There's something wrong. And he always responds like he has no idea what she just said. So, he's very deviant. Acts like he doesn't know there's anything wrong with it. So, it's embarrassing. He needs to be in a hospital. Special needs facility, she said. So, whatever it was this morning, hang on, I gotta find it. Yeah, there's evidence that she was displaced on purpose. The people that got me that, Mr. Perry, they said to tell you, no more money problems. I'm not to be made to ask for money again. The thing that you fucked up with my ex-husband, you better fix it. You don't have a choice. As many times as we quote you and me getting this in jail, you're pissing these guys off. You're breaking the law. They're in law enforcement. These are the people that have uncovered your crime like nobody else has in your life. Fix it. You don't have a choice. Okay? We think it is bizarre, strange that you think you do. As many times as we quote you people. Like, why in the hell do you think that? No, none of us understand why you think that. Nobody understands why you think I care what you think. Didn't ask you. What did I ask you to do? Get the fuck out of my life. Get out of it. You're not wanted in it. Nobody invited you in it. How would you like it if somebody walked into your house, tore up all your shit, and then told you to leave? Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my life. Stay the fuck away from me. You weirdo. So, that's a lot of power that you're just a butt in here. I guess how many times I had to tell them that made them give me that. One time. Fabian makes me hope. Charles is butting in. And by the way, he makes everybody scared and sad. They gave me that puzzle. It's exactly for me. I got that in jail. When you did your first kidnapping. Yep. That's a lot of power, sir. That you're fucking with. And David, they're not from Oklahoma. They don't give two fucks who you are. No fucks given for who you are. You're hurting people, that's what they care about. You're bullying people, that's what they care about. So we're just asking you not to do that. Nicely, diplomatically, please stop doing that. Because sometimes what happens is that builds up over time in a community, and that community starts going, yeah, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Not doing it. Don't have to, I'm not going to. Mr. Perry, this thing that you go around telling people I gave to you, no you didn't. Hitler took away all the things that the Jews worked hard for all their lives. Their homes, their businesses, ripped families apart. Ripped them apart like you've done mine. And then gave him this little shack with lice, barely, and sometimes no clothes, and a biscuit once a week. And said, I fed and clothed them. Yep, everybody hated Hitler, and they hate you. They hate you, David. All you people that go around making trouble and causing loss and bullying and threatening. You are some hated fucks right now. You're hated. You're not respected. You're not liked. You're hated. People are sick of it. So we don't have a hard time getting information, and nobody will tell you shit. And we know you've made those phone calls. Is it you? Please stop stopping my crime. Is it you? Please stop stopping my crime. So, you're not getting anything, are you? Nope. So we got that one. And, let's see what else. I mean, this is just stacking up, guys. Retaliating against a witness in a murder of a cop. Yeah, that's pretty serious crime. It's multi-state, too. I live in Oklahoma. This happened in Florida. Perry's from Texas. Perry needs to go back to Texas and stay in Texas. Weren't you asked that today? What are you doing up here? Who was this one? I'm not told who it is. I can tell you who I think it is, but I'm not going to. But I was like, yeah, it looked like there was some questions of who is helping her. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's that person, but here's the thing is, she moved twice to get away from you guys. She went to great lengths to get away from all of this and not have to deal with any of this. So I think that you need to understand people are having a really hard time with you all acting like she's doing something to you. You're getting caught doing something to her. She's done all she can to get away and not have to deal with any of it. She's the one sleeping in her car, not you. And it's a beat-up car because you had people hit it. So, you don't have any of that. So I think it's getting harder and harder for people to swallow, knowing all she's done to get away from you and to avoid all this and to see all that she's lost. And then you guys get caught and you act like somebody did something to you. And people are having a hard time dealing with that. I think it's getting old. Your little whiny song and dance every time you get told on and caught. You're not the victim, sir. You're not sleeping in your car. I am. You didn't have the right to do that to me. There's a thing called economic abuse. It's part of domestic violence. Economic strain, helping to coerce a lie. If you're wanting me to lie, that means I'm telling the truth. That means everything I see, I'm telling the truth. And when you do that, when you do everything, we get it beforehand and you do it anyway, and then go around bragging about it. I got her kicked out of her home. I got her fired. What does that do? It gives me another, I told you so. Well, I did say, I did tell you so, everybody, beforehand, not after. I have more credibility every time you do that. And you give your power to me. Because I'm the one that's trusted. But after that happens over and over and over and over and over, and then it's your word against mine, who are they going to believe? Me. You've proven me out. Time and time and time again, you proved me out. I didn't prove me out. No one else proved me out. You did. You were recorded talking about doing something horrible to me, criminal, causing some sort of significant, profound loss. You carried out that plan. And I'm like, I told you so. Because we always say it beforehand, not after. So you gave me power. And you don't have any idea what I just said, do you? I'm talking to a mental infant, literally. That's what he sent. I sent you 30. Yeah, thanks. I can get a slice of pizza. Thank you. And then he said, and it's in a podcast. I recorded him, and I hate doing that to my ex-husband, but right now I got to survive. So he chose to do what you said. And that hurt our whole family, just so you know. That he chose to do what you said. And not go, no, I told her I'd pay a week, I'll pay a week. And I shouldn't even have to ask him, Mr. Perry. I can make money. I can make money just fine. I should be making $60 in 2 hours just like that other guy. I hustle just like he does. So, my guy says, by her 3rd year of dancing, she should have been making 6 figures. Perry has written up the club. Running off the customers. And the thing with Sensations is it was kind of far to drive out there. So those guys that would come out there are not going to keep driving out there to find that it's been rented out and they're run off. So you owe Paul a lot of money, not just me. You've caused a lot of financial damage in Oklahoma, sir. And you were never invited to Oklahoma. And everybody would like you to leave. When you come here and cause problems for me, you get caught. You got nothing else. 13 years, not one date. You have no chance of a date. I don't go out with a man that would allow me to miss a meal, much less get me kicked out of my home and I'm sleeping in my car. There's no fucking way. I wouldn't date a voyeur. I wouldn't date a cop killer. None of that turns me on. It's a turn off. If you get anywhere near me, I swear to God, I'll kick your ass. I'll beat the shit out of you. You better wear a football helmet or just don't come near me. I don't go where you are. I'm not going to wait to see if you've got a syringe or a chloroform rag. You come near me, Mr. Perry, I'll beat the fuck out of you. Do you understand? I'll beat the fuck out of you. You don't come anywhere near me. You're not going to get a date with me. So my ex-husband's like, well, I have to help you and Dennis. And in the very next sentence, Dennis never asked for help. He's got 2 jobs in college. And I go, I think he's done with college, but I am still in college. I'm still in college. Well, and by the way, I was on the dean's list. I'm in my 3rd year. From the beginning till the 3rd year, I'm on the dean's list. My grade point average was 3.99. Mr. Perry had a little meeting where they all sat down and decided they'd try to make me fail. So they jammed at my computer so bad I couldn't get some of my assignments done at all. And so now it's dropped and not on the dean's list for the first time in the 4 years I've been in, it's 3 years I've been in college. That's your fault. And I promise you made a lot of people mad when you did that. I was very, very angry. When you take somebody from somebody else, you take something from someone that doesn't belong to you, it makes people angry at you. Did you not see the Derek Chauvin thing, how the world blew up? When one man got bullied, became a bully, and took a life. And everybody hates him. People hate O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson wasn't found guilty on his wife's murder. He was acquitted because somebody didn't do the forensic, get the blood test right and shit. They didn't properly collect the evidence and preserve it and all that. Kind of like I had to deal with and Mike had to deal with. Brady violations. Right? So anybody can watch the O.J. Simpson trial and see how that was supposed to have been done and it wasn't done. And how that can, fuck up a whole conviction. You obstructed and impeded justice, sir. You're not a Casanova. You're an asshole. Everybody, gone. Believe me, we don't have problems getting information. You do. You have leaks, we don't. You're in your little meetings. I'm going to have a little meeting, and we're all going to decide to do the same mean, horrible thing to her that got us caught and told on last time. And can we do that, Geppetto? Are you okay with that, Geppetto? Okay, Geppetto. Okay, Geppetto says it's okay. So, let everybody just do the same thing. Ruin her day. Make everything fun, unfun, and then, we'll get caught again, but that's okay. Let's do it anyway. Wow, we're just like, oh my God. These people don't even make sense. What they're doing isn't even benefiting them. Not that we can see. Unless you just like pissing people off. And that's the benefit. But you have the most uncovered cover-up in the history of cover-ups, sir. All of you do. You're seeing things happen you've never seen before, your guy says. When he pesters her and takes her money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've never seen before. You're fucking with the wrong people. So my ex-husband's like, I have, he's like, he never asked for help. But you just said you can't help me because you're helping him. So, which is it? I mean, you're helping him, you're not helping him. I mean, which one is it? The thing is my parents owe me a lot of money, you owe me a lot of money, and I'm sleeping on the street. Now, that's rubbing people the wrong way. So when I tell you, you need to pay your debt to me, you need to get out of the way of my parents paying their debt to me, you need to, my ex-husband wants to help me, don't impede that. Because we get more information. It pisses everybody off. It's not a trophy. It's actually working against you. And I don't care anything about you. We're just all tired of dealing with this. Everybody's sick of it. People don't like to watch suffering. And it's cause and effect. When you fuck with me, when you cause a problem for people, it causes loss for people. Normal people aren't going to like you. In a civilized society, everyone else does not like that. We don't have problems getting information, you do. So it's different same and different. We all learned it in daycare. Same and different. When you do it to me, it's different than when you do it to the other victims. Why is that? Why are we getting all this stuff? What does that mean to you? Do you even know? You act like you have no fucking idea what I just said. Same and different. It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. Right? People are sick of your whining. I'm a victim because I got caught in crime. They're mad at your crime. So yeah, you got caught. Or told on. Or both. You're not going to get a date. Mr. Perry, why is it you think I care what you think? Please get out of my phone. Why the fuck do you think I care what you think? You weren't asked. Were you? What were you asked to do? get out of my phone and stop trying to talk to me. I hate it. I really hate it. We're all sick of hearing it. We're just sick of you. We're sick of hearing it. We're sick of this. Please stop thinking I care what you think. I don't care. No one understands why you think I do. No one understands that. It doesn't even make sense. So what he said didn't make sense either. That's how we know it's probably not his words, it's your words. Because when people start saying things that don't make sense, it's usually you told them to say that. That's one little clue. Yep, that didn't make sense, so that's Perry, not them. Yep, this one made everybody mad. And take her car away from her. Just because I can. Where's the... See, I didn't even have that pulled up. I had this one pulled up. We're going to have her... It's not legit, but I'm in her car towed and sold before she figures that out. He's going around bragging all over Manford. Guess what? It gets back to us. Hillbilly cover up. I'm going to have pictures taken of her when she's at work to prove I'm not stalking her. Wow. I'm going to prove I'm not hacking her and stalking her by having pictures taken of her at her work where she is. Yeehaw. My mama and my daddy is also my aunt and my uncle. That's... I guess that's why you guys have a hard time understanding me, because I don't speak Hillbilly. I don't even kind of speak Hillbilly. Normally what happens is, if you're taking pictures of someone else where they are, you're the stalker, and you're proving you're stalking by taking pictures of them. Duh. Yeah, you guys don't think anything through. So, I mean, who else has that? Anybody? Did anybody else have that? We knew Mike was drugged before anybody else. So, basically, I don't want your bribe. I'm tired of you shoving this house you bought down my throat. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not going to change my mind. You're pissing me off. Once I tell somebody no, and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, you just piss me off. You're not going to change my mind. You're pissing me off. So, you get the same results. You have the same outcomes every fucking day. We're quoting you. And so when we tell you, I don't want your bribe money. I don't want it. I don't want your fucking weird house. What I want you to do is pay the debt that you owe, the legal, legit debt. I don't want to do your illegal, I'll take your bribe money and lie and become part of your criminal organization bullshit. What I'd like you to do is stop bothering me. Stop contacting me. Stop offering me a bribe. Pay the legal, legit money that you owe me. Get out of the way of my parents paying what they owe me from my inheritance from 2007. My ex-husband, same thing. Fix that, sir. You don't have a choice. Many times as we quote you, why do you think you have a choice? And get the hell out of my life. It is not even benefiting you. You ran me out of Texas. Now you're trying to kidnap me back. You ran all my customers out of my club. I quit. Now you're trying to get me back. Force me back. Now everybody's going, he should have just let Ernest pay the week. It was just a fucking week. Now it's a mess. All that did is substantiate her claims that he was trying to get her out on the street. That was a concerted effort. That's all that did. Can't explain that one away either. Now it's one more thing is to explain away. On and on and on and on. I'm sure you can live with your choices until you can't. Regret after everybody's like, what was he thinking? They didn't think that through, did they? People said that when I was in jail, Mr. Perry, about what you guys did to me. They didn't think that through, did they? No. It's Charles Perry. I don't think he can tie his shoe by himself. So, no, he didn't think that through. Your little pestering thing that you do doesn't get you a date. It gets you told on. You're bothering me, gets you told on, not a date. You don't have a real love life. You don't have a cover-up. Unless you just like pissing people off, we don't even know what you're getting out of this. We're getting just like piled up evidence against you that nobody else has got before. Right, Geppetto? Right, Calvin? Right, Muffin Man? Did you guys run Hansel and Gretel on me today? I mean, Ratatouille. Which one was it? Rapunzel? Papa John's? Which one did you do today? Nobody else has those code words. We have them. Okay, so here we go. Here's this guy. I'm a stalker. I got pictures of you. Mr. Perry's doing the same thing. I'm hacking your DoorDash app and your Uber Eats app and your Grubhub app. I shouldn't even know which company you're working for at any given time. Having my buddies call in with their doorbell cameras and their home security cameras and taking pictures of you so I can prove I'm not stalking you. We're all like, yeah, hillbilly cover up right there.
My father and my fucking sister. How does this make you feel?
You want to put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
How does this make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you feel?
You see, she's trying to like be like, see how it feels when somebody's got a camera in your face all the time, someone you don't like. I mean, he's not even getting it. You can tell he has no fucking idea what she just said. He starts threatening her. He starts, yeah, I got pictures of you. I'm a stalker, and I'm gonna get you. Mr. Perry does the same thing. I'm gonna get you, and I'm like, and that's not cool. That's why you're by yourself. No one wants you. You don't have a real date. You don't have one. In 13 years, nothing. No reciprocation, no real date, no real love life. You're the butt of jokes. You've reduced yourself to the butt of a dirty joke. That's it. And you have the most uncovered up cover-up in the history of cover-ups. It's so easy, it's not even fair. And the more you do it to me, the more we get. The more I'm broke, the longer Mike's in jail, the longer you're in my life, the more we get every fucking day. I'm quoting you. So when we say, give back what you took and get the fuck out, and don't offer me a bribe again, I don't want it. I want you to get the fuck off me, rapist. That's what I want. We're all sick of this. Everybody's sick of it. Everybody's sick of hearing you whine and you want this and I need that. Now, everybody just shut up. Oh my God, please shut up. Just shut the fuck up. No one asked you what you... Yeah, we're all tired of hearing what you think. You don't even make sense any more than he does. I got pictures of you to prove I'm not stalking. We're going to use them to prove you are. Okay? Genius? You are something. Criminals are stupid. You are. Boy, you are. And all the rest of you guys that, bully Oklahoma, I mean, do what you do. But, everybody's kind of tired of it. People start getting to where they've had enough of it. And they want you to stop. That's all there is to it. They want you to stop. Tulsa Police Department is owned by the people of Tulsa, and it is managed by Chief Franklin. The city of Tulsa is owned by the people of Tulsa, and it is managed by Mayor Bynum and the city council. The state of Oklahoma is owned by the people, not a bunch of thugs. Not a bunch of thugs. It is managed by Governor Stitt. The Tulsa Police Department is owned by the people and managed by Chief Franklin, not a bunch of thugs. So you calling up there, I want you to pull this guy over and give him a ticket. I want you to take this car away from this chick. I want you to arrest this chick. I want you to bully. Everybody's had enough. Just keep that in mind. Moving forward. You do what you do. I'm not Wyatt Earp. You picked the fight. I didn't want to deal with this. I didn't even want to know about it. I said that way back 7 years ago. When people are going at me and nagging, constantly nag. Did you know Creek County's corrupt? Did you know Sepulpa PD's corrupt? Did you know TPD's corrupt? Did you know? And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't. That's not why I'm here. I don't even want to know. I'm not sure why everybody's telling me this. Why the fuck are you telling me this? I don't want to know. But now I do, because you picked a fight. You got in my face. But whose fault is it really? I don't know that it's their fault. If you bully them the way you do everybody else, what I'm saying is, back off on the bullying. It's not setting well with everybody at this point. I think most people have had enough of it. They don't want the police department to be run by a bunch of thugs. They don't want the state of Oklahoma to be run by a bunch of thugs. It belongs to the people, not you. So, someone else that came in from out of town doesn't give a fuck who you think you are. No fucks given. Okay? You pick the fight with them every time you go at me. You sure want to keep doing that? As many times as we've quoted you in your criminal meetings, you sure you want to keep doing that? You sure want to piss us off? I mean, you live with your choices. I'm certain you can live with your choices, but remember, Mr. Perry, Mr. Robertson, how many times you can live with your choices until you can't. Run her out of the strip club, starve her out of the strip club, and then, oh gosh, now we got to get her back. Now we got to get her back to the strip club. Oh gosh, maybe we should have let Ernest pay that week, and then there wouldn't be this hubbub now. All we did is give her substantiation. Oh gosh, maybe we should have let her into at least one hearing so that she can't say we didn't, that we intentionally kept her out. That's not going over well with people either, is it? It doesn't legitimize you. It legitimizes me. You're making me very credible. Thank you. I do appreciate that. But I think we all just want this to stop. Everybody. Just fucking stop. Alright? Gentlemen. Act like a gentleman. Do you know how? Charles, I know you have no fucking idea what I'm even saying. You're just like, not all there. Your elevator's not going to the top. It's not even...
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone.
This is how normal people see guys like you. Garbage.
All you want.
I don't want pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey man, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay, I don't...
So, to clarify, when I said I'm not wired up, I didn't come into town to mop up, and that people are tired of a bunch of thugs running Tulsa police, calling up, I want this guy pulled over, and I want this. Yeah, well, that I didn't want to run it either. We don't want to run it either. We want Chief Franklin to run it. We want Consuelo to run his office. We want the governor to run the governor's office. And the people own it. And they need to remember, those three people need to remember that. The governor, Mayor Bynum, Consuelo, Mr. Consuelo, and Chief Franklin need to remember, they're just managers. The people own it. The people of Oklahoma, the citizens of Tulsa, the citizens of Oklahoma own this police department. They own the state governor's office. They own the city government. Those guys are just managing it. I think they do. I think they respect that, and I think they're fully aware of that. And I think that everybody's kind of tired of the thugs running stuff. I think they get tired of having to argue with you. We got to get this guy pulled. Yeah, maybe just don't argue with people maybe give the arguing a break for a week or two. Give the bullying, just give it a rest for a week or two. The bullying and the harassment and the threats. Mr. Perry, it's not a trophy to hurt people. That is why you're by yourself. You don't have a real date. You don't have a real love life. You're not loved or wanted. You're told on and told on and told on and told on. You have the most uncovered up cover-up in the history of cover-ups. It is pathetic. You are pathetic. Be a man. Quit being a coward pussy. Move on. Leave everybody alone, please. Go back to Lubbock. Go be with your family. Go see your constituents. You need the alibi. Big time. You have no idea. Do anything but what I say you're doing. Get off your fat, lazy, perverted ass and go work. And leave everybody alone. Get out of my apps. Get out of them. All of you. Cease and desist. All unlawful conduct towards me. Get the fuck off of us. Okay? Thank you.